I got ya. I got ya.
Hey everybody, it's Matt and Dyan and welcome back to Ok Aussie. We are in the studio, the art studio once more.
We are creating again.
2 nights in a row, creativity. We are oozing creativity. It's coming out of our pores.
I even did my hydrotherapy, but I rested all day.
Yes.
Boring.
I know. Sadly, it is.
Less pain day today, though.
Yes, indeed, ma'am. Well done that. Hello, kitty.
10 points.
We're getting someone with the antibiotic treatment.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Let's just hope it doesn't come back when the antibiotics finish.
Funny about that. Now, we're down back at ground level. Yep, that's over there.
We're doing a different style of paw painting.
Ah.
So this one, it is the same mixing method of that.
Right.
So with that, you'll see me do that again. It's the same style. Nothing different for that. The silicone's still there. But this is different. What's this?
You have the artist's
this
palette.
This is a cake icing decorating tool.
Well, yeah.
Now,
but it's actually a palette knife.
Artists are very good at creating things that are everyday items into art. That's what we do best. Well, abstract artists do.
Yes.
And so basically, and very intelligent people like yourself, you're very good at improvisation. So I give you 10 points for that. Boom. But this is a swipe. It is called. So if you want to do it yourself, and mine, you don't think I'm good enough, that's fine. No offense. There is many paw paintings. Swipe. This is the technique.
An acrylic
paw painting.
Swipe
technique.
That's the medium that you're using.
That was a dirty.
You are on.
This is a swipe.
Canvas.
Correct. This is a gessoed canvas.
The paints that you're using are the Born acrylic paints, which we have got from Officeworks. What are the colours that you've chosen this time, miss?
I have chosen 2 different pinks.
Right. A pink fluoro, a purple,
a yellow,
a canary yellow, the magenta pink.
And my base again is white.
Which is the interference colours for yourself.
That's the majority of the time you'll see people use is white. Black looks great, and I will do some of them down the track. I will show you them.
Sure.
But I am doing white today.
Now, just to remind the people, the use of the Floetrol, which is also available at Bunnings,
is the medium.
Right, and that is an additive to the paint.
Painting a medium, but don't be fooled. It's not
Don't
the
be
option.
fooled.
It's very pricey.
Right.
This is cheap from Bunnings.
Yep.
And does the same thing.
So it's adding volume to the paint. So you don't have to get the original paint, but it also changes the viscosity, making it flow in harmony. So you can use your palette knife to swipe and move it all around and swirl it almost. Are you also using silicone in tonight's episode?
Touchy. What?
Silicone.
Correct. Look in there.
Right. Looking down here, we have...
That's my silicone ready to go.
Right.
Boom.
Excellent. So you have silicone,
and
which is
used
for what?
How well used this is?
Yep. What's the silicone used for?
This is an art piece.
And ADHD is off the chart. Exactly. Okay, if you're not aware, Dyan has ADHD, autism, OCD, auditory processing issues, cognitive issues, all because of 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. It's a chromosomal disorder. So she can get easily distracted. In fact, sometimes she can throw stuff around because she also has, apart from the autism, ADHD, OCD, dyspraxia, but she also has Tourette's.
I was never allowed to have drinks
be mindful of that, yes.
It's discrimination in the family, but anyway.
Right, now you need to put your protection on your protection.
You must have
always wear protection.
And gloves.
Gloves, we have the rubber gloves ready to go as well. Cool.
So professional.
Your hair's tied up somewhat, so it's not going to get all in your artwork. I mean, that is good.
You know.
You've also got your creme brulee torch, but coming back to what I was saying, you're using the silicone to create cells.
Correct.
And those cells almost pop like bubbles, if you want to think of it that way. Yes. And those bubbles actually add to the design and the effect on the artwork. Correct. Cool. What's the creme brulee torch for? The
So that is to make the cells pop.
Right, so you're going to heat it all up, light it up.
So basically, guys, the cells pop from heat.
Correct.
So
you can see in this one,
chef's torch.
if I come in nice and close, can you see the cells? that have actually popped during the design.
It's very dull because I have not glossed it.
But they'll pop once you gloss it with resin.
Acrylic paint, and because of the medium in it, it can look dull. Don't worry, that is going to come to life when I resin over the top.
Okay.
It's gonna
Well,
pop.
let's you get your colours ready.
Let me get my gloves. Fits like a glove.
Looks like you're about to do an examination. Don't want to know about that?
No, I wouldn't never be. No. No, thank you.
Okay, so just turning the aircon on because she's getting hot already. Hot under the collar. That must be because of the 31 years of marriage anniversary to date, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah, we both forgot.
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Forgot.
I actually had
But I remembered
I had
at
it in my
midday.
calendar.
He remembered a couple of hours later.
That's
so
okay. It's old age.
win.
We get there. 31 years, not out.
31 years.
Going well. And hot under the collar. So the air conditioner is cranked up.
If you want to see our 30th wedding anniversary, we did a video.
We did do a video.
So go and
you
check
need
it
to go
out.
back and have a look at our channel. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification. But we have got lots of playlists which you can explore with different categories of information. Now, some of those playlists cover different conditions that Dyan's got, or some of the activities, whether it's the art, whether it's the mini balls that she's into, home decorating, pool time activities. There's so many things on this channel, as you already may see. We've got a beautiful community of people from all over the world who are already engaged. And a lot of those are people who've actually got things like 22q or other chromosomal conditions, rare diseases, because Dyan's got a lot of multiple rare different conditions. And that's part of our challenge.
Don't let your disability control your life to the point where you don't have a life. Please always push somehow to keep hold of life stuff. Disability is very consuming, and so yeah.
It's a good point that Dyan's actually just made, and it's a huge exercise for us to get Dyan out of the bedroom, out of the bed, being so ill, being bedridden. I've been putting her on forced bed rest because, well, literally, not even forced, because you couldn't do much more than that, to be honest, for days and days and days. We've been dealing with a lot of pain because of, unfortunately, a really bad infection. Now, that infection is part of a series of infections that she's had for over 3.5 years continuously. Very resistive strain, unfortunately. And that's been an interesting sort of journey. She's on her third set of antibiotics, plus with steroids. And steroids also change her demeanor and affect her body in a range of different ways. She's only been able to do those for a few days because, again, some of her conditions are contraindicated to having steroids for too long. They can do more impact and damage. So there's a lot of things to juggle, and that's why Catch-22, the label, is actually used in terms of 22q11.2 deletion syndrome, because one thing affects another, Catch-22, in essence. What's interesting of note, and I've been doing a lot of research, particularly over the Christmas period, with medical journals, articles, clinical guidelines around the condition, but most recently over the last few days we've been looking into the why behind her virulent strains of bacteria that she's been picking up, the infections that she's got, why it's been so hard to counter and get on top of. Now look, she's already immunocompromised. She has a very poor level of neutrophils, so it means she's highly susceptible to picking up conditions, and that's a known issue with 22q. The immunological profile with 22q patients, also because of the thalamus and other areas, is highly impacted, and one of the keynote issues of patients with 22q. That microdeletion of the 22nd arm of the chromosome can affect over 185 different symptoms clinically. It's 3 million DNA building blocks, about 30 to 40 genes that are effectively missing, and that's every cell of the body has some sort of impact on her. So she's doing really well. But you're right, her getting into the studio tonight to just do some fun art, even if it's for a short time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that's brilliant. She'll probably pay the price because of it. She's probably feeling a bit hot because of the fevers that might be running in her body, particularly around about night time, as it starts to kick in. The exhaustion is there, but she is head down, determined to actually get on top of this and do some art and have some fun. That's the good part. In Perth at the moment was 30 degrees today, so we did a very brief outing to the pool for her hydrotherapy. Tomorrow we're hoping it's 40 degrees. Now 40 degrees is a risk area for us. The hotter it gets, the more risk neurologically, particularly because of the different seizure types that she gets. And seizure disorders, 65% of patients with 22q have some different types of seizure disorders. But I wanted to talk about the bacteria and the infections and the risks for patients with 22q And just in general, we're finding that there's so much more resistant strains of bacteria that have been generated, these superbugs, the biofilms that actually surround or encapsulate the bacteria these days that are becoming more and more resistant or multi-drug resistant. And that's where the overuse of antibiotics in society, not just human use from the clinic presentation from doctors, but it's in our food chain. You know, antibiotics are used with animal foods, with even shellfish. You know, penicillin is used in the production of certain things as well. So those antibiotics go into our systems, and obviously it can lead to resistance in the community-wide side of things. But it's been so hard to get rid of these particular bacterial strains, and they cause a lot of suffering, a lot of pain and issues. And the concerns are, as we run out of opportunities, options, selections of different medications to use, that's going to be an impact in generations to come, what we're going to be able to achieve and manage. So look, there's a lot of clinical issues that have to be done in that space. How's all your mixing going?
Getting there.
Good. Now you have put
I'm
together
doing
in
the
your
colours.
cups each
So
of the
I've done
colours. You've added the flow troll to it.
My interference is done.
Cool. That's the big white one just over
I
there.
am now just doing colours.
All right. And have you added the silicone yet?
Nope.
No. So that's the
not been done.
next stage to do. All right. Keep
Yeah.
stirring away.
There's a few lumps.
In this research, we're also looking at some of the things that help to break down the biofilms. That's why we're using the colloidal silver at the moment. One of the things, some of the research has shown that the silver nanoparticles can help break down the biofilm and enable the actual antibiotic to get to the bacteria to break that down. But there's other things that can actually affect the patient during the course of their activities. The pH levels. The higher the pH levels creates more growth, so we need to get that right sort of balance where the pH levels are correct. Nutritional deficiencies, even the lack of food, where there's a deficiency there, has a greater impact than even overeating and an abundance of supply. Sugars can affect, obviously, the growth of bacteria. There are so many impacts on this condition.
Guys, like, if I didn't have foreign body syndrome, not that I would want it, but having a peg or a tube would be easier for me. But it's good that I don't, because those things are invasive and annoying. But basically, I have foreign body syndrome, so I don't have it as an option. So sometimes in my blood test, I am malnourished even though I'm eating.
Yeah, absolutely. And that malnourishment adds to another attribute, something to consider as we go along, of the impact on why the bacteria is taking effect, digging in, bogging down, and finding it harder to actually recover, let alone the environmental variables of also the antibiotics that may have been previously used, hence adding to the resistance factor. Right, how's you going now? Silicone. Oh, look at those colours that have been now applied.
Is going in each one.
So you're applying it using the pipette. That's your delivery method, is to suck it up in the pipette.
Oh, I feel like a mad
Squeeze,
scientist
draw.
in a...
Oh, you love your science.
I wish I was one of those square bears in the back corner of some kind of lab.
Chemistry lab.
Yes.
Why not?
Microbiology.
Now, speaking of labs, at the back of the table, you have the
thing.
Harry Potter Miniverse Make It Mini Potions Lab. That's an activity for you to do coming soon.
We're going to share it with you guys.
It's pretty comprehensive. There are lots and lots and lots of potions. Make it mini to do. That was a Christmas present for yourself. Yes. So let's have some fun with that. Let's get the silicone in and stir it all up as well. Oh, nice. It's raining paint. Oh, I love the pinks. Nice. What's next, miss?
Right, so next is, oh, that might be my hair. Next is, I will clean that in a minute.
Yeah.
Next is firing it to get the cells.
Cool. Let's have a look what that looks like.
Right, let's get going with some cell creations. See what happens. You never know what you're going to get.
So, ma'am, are we now done?
We're done. This is another type, and look, swipes are normally a little bit different looking to this. They're normally a little bit more like this.
Yep.
But I have very large canvases, which are probably too big. So next time I might make them a slightly smaller, because the amount of paint, but then again, I need to buy some Floetrol. And the paints, I'm going to have to invest in more paints.
Yeah.
Because the more paint, the better, because you get more choice of the design. But I'm very happy with this section.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with the cells. I love the yellow. And I love the fact that there's two variations here.
Cool.
And that one, as you can see, has gone dull.
Yep.
Because it's drying.
But that will
this
pop
will
with...
too, with resin over the top. So
yeah.
When this one's dry like that one, they will both get a resin seal and the colours will just come to life. And yeah, hopefully someone goes, wow, I like that.
Absolutely.
And,
well, I think I do, and I hope the guys at home will give Dyan a big thumbs up of encouragement, because they like it as well. Yeah.
The interference in this one,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
you
very
can see the veining.
impressed with the veining. So I'm happy with this one in the sense of that's got character too, but this one I can see some. So I'm getting my groove back.
Yep, and that's what practice does. Practice makes
Correct.
perfect, as you can see.
Yep.
Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see more of our content as it pops up. If you have
And
comments, questions,
I'll be doing
ideas, or
resin
suggestions,
art.
leave them below so that you can have conversations with Dyan in the chat to find out more about her art style. Well done. I think it's actually brilliant.
Thank you.
You've done very, very well. So
Thank you very
congratulations. I think it looks fantastic. I can't wait to see it's dry.
They're my colours. I mean, I love that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's sort of dark for me.
Yep.
But I know that that's going to suit a lot of people.
Absolutely.
But I'm this kind of person.
You wait to see once it's resin.
Vibrant
It's going to
colours.
be
Yes.
like glass. It's going to absolutely pop. And it's going to look
pop.
sensation. All right. Well, we'll love you and leave you, and we'll see you in another episode real soon. Thanks for watching,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.